Toursem!
Now, getting back to the topic, let us all welcome Mr. Jirik the Fifth. So I heard that you are a graduate of Harvard University.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. So you graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Science major in Arctic Circle?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about your major?
Okay. Based on my studies, the most common basic definition of the Arctic Circle defines the region as the land in the sea area north of the Arctic Circle. So the Arctic Circle definition includes the northernmost third of the Alaska, as well as the Chukchi Sea, which separates the Alaska from Russia to U.S. territorial and exclusive economic zone or EEZ waters north of Alaska.
So does it also include the lower 2/3 or so of Alaska or the Bering Sea?
No, the lower third or so of Alaska or the Bering Sea separates the lower part and the state from Russia.
Oh, Mr. Jirik, what are these countries that have territory north of Arctic Circle?
So it includes the United States or Alaska, Canada, Russia, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, and Iceland. These 8 countries are often referred to as Arctic countries.
Welcome to Afternoon Toursem Breaking News.
For the first issue, we have the Arctic oil and natural gas development issue. Arctic oil and natural gas development also faces political and environmental issues. Political issues stem from the overlapping and disputed claims of economic sovereignty. The environmental issues pertain to the preservation of animal and plant species unique to the Arctic, particularly tundra vegetation, caribou, polar bears, seals, whales, and other Arctic sea life.
For the second, Denmark, Canada, Norway, Russia, and the United States have overlapping economic sovereignty claims in Arctic waters. The existence of these offshore boundary disputes could forestall Arctic oil and natural gas resource development in areas where sovereignty claims overlap. The existence of extensive Arctic continental margins and numerous sub-sea possibly related to those continental margins permit the littoral nations to make competing claims for most Arctic waters.
Denmark, Norway, and Russia have made claims of economic sovereignty in Arctic waters under the auspices of the UNCLOS. Norway's recent territorial claims are separately located in the Barents Sea, the Norwegian Sea, and the Arctic Ocean. Russia's UNCLOS claims of economic sovereignty extend through much of the Arctic Ocean, based on the existence of the Lomonosov Ridge that extends from Russia's coast across the Arctic Ocean to Greenland. Viewed in reverse, this situation makes Denmark a potential claimant to the same Arctic regions claimed by the Russians.
Although the existence of UNCLOS has increased the number of overlapping claims of economic sovereignty in Arctic waters, two pre-existing claims also remain unresolved. One disputed offshore boundary exists in the Barents Sea between Norway and Russia. The other disputed offshore boundary exists between Canada and the United States in the Gulf ports. And now we have MR Valenzuela for the Arctic report issue.
Live in Alaska. MR.
Live in Arctic Circle. Pollution, long-range pollution pathways to the Arctic. The Arctic is comparatively clean, although there are certain ecologically difficult localized pollution problems that present a serious threat to people's health living around these pollution sources. Due to prevailing worldwide sea and air currents, the Arctic area is the fallout region for long-range transport pollutants, and in some places, the concentrations exceed the levels of densely populated urban areas. An example of this is the phenomenon of Arctic haze, which is commonly blamed on long-range pollutants. Another example is with the bioaccumulation of PCBs in Arctic wildlife and people. Thank you. Back to studio.
And now we have John and Martin for the Arctic report issue.
Live in Denmark.
Jonah.
So our next issue is the climate change. The ice covering Arctic land is also melting and contributing to global sea level rise. Most of the ice in the Arctic is found in the Greenland ice sheet. A complete melting of Greenland will result in over a 20-foot rise in global sea level, presenting catastrophic consequences to coastal regions around the world. The meltwater may also alter ocean currents, potentially disturbing marine ecosystems and weather patterns. Add to that the melting of the Arctic tundra, in which vast quantities of methane are released, which in turn further accelerates global warming. Changes in the climate threaten life across the Arctic. A recent international assessment projects that the polar bear population will decline by more than 30% in 45 years due to reduced habitat range and quality. Warm-induced changes in tundra, vegetation, and plant life threaten caribou, reindeer, and migratory bird populations. Loss of sea ice and wildlife also makes indigenous life in the Arctic increasingly difficult, endangering an entire way of life. Back to studio.
Hi, friend! Pwede magtanong, survey lang. Payag ka ba na maging open yung Arctic Circle sa trade and tourism?
Hindi. Kasi
Bakit?
once na masira yung parang yung surroundings nun, syempre, mahirap na siya yung balik. And yung animals na yung mga polar bear, ngayon pala na-apektuhan siya ng global warming. So what more kung tayo na mismo yung
Okay, thank you! Papa John Lloyd, pwede ba mag-interview?
Oh, sure.
Payag ka ba na ang Arctic Circle ay maging open sa trade and tourism?
Hindi.
Bakit?
Kasi once na masira yung carrying capacity, masisira na yung natural resources ng Arctic Circle. So, hindi na natin masusustain yun. So, number one sa tourism is sustainable. So, hindi.
Galing mo pala, Papa J. Sige, thank you! Excuse me.
Yes.
Yes?
Pwedeng makapagtanong ng survey?
Sure.
Payag ba kayo na i-open ang Arctic Circle sa trade and tourism?
Yes, payag ako kasi in a way na yung magbo-boost yung economy ng ibang bansa na nakapalibot sa Arctic Circle. So,
Ako, yes din. Kasi pwedeng makilala yung Arctic Circle around the world. And addition sa sinabi nga, pwedeng magamit yung resources na nandoon. Hindi lang, for example, sa oil, di ba? Hindi lang sa Saudi kukuha ng oil. Pwede na rin tayo kumuha doon. So, yun.
Thank you!